Maakan is a simple visual planner app that teaches its users 10 productivity principles that help them improve in time management. The app helps them organize their life, get the most important things done, and work towards their goals. It was designed for neurodiversity and inclusion, being the primary target group people with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD. ADHD is a mental health condition which causes dysregulation in attention, activity levels, and impulsivity in a person. Although some of the symptoms of ADHD may vary on the individual, it is characterized by symptoms like inconsistent attention, lack of focus, difficulty with time management, weak impulse control, exaggerated emotions, hyperfocus, hyperactivity, and executive dysfunction. The goal of the app is to help people with ADHD thrive and be overall happier by getting better organized, learning when to say no, how to prioritize, how to do to-do lists, having more self-care time, knowing when to ask for help, and how to be more satisfied at the end of the day. When I first started to work with Maakan, I wrote down my hypothesis, which is: if I can design a successful time management app that people with ADHD can use effectively, then it can work on anybody. The app is divided in 4 parts. The first part is the logo and the name of the app, the welcome and the introduction screen, and the questionnaire. The questionnaire was added to make the user self-reflect on the things that they are or are not doing. At the end of the questionnaire, they get their results, which tell them what their score was and how they are doing in time management. The questions and the results were taken out of the book Real World Time Management by Roy Alexander and Michael Dobson, and adapted by me after doing usability testings with the target group, rewriting some of the questions that were not clear to them. Here are some of the comments from the participants during the questionnaire testings. The second part of the app is the list of all the things that have to get done today, and the different lists. Here we can find the tasks assigned with a productivity principle from the Add to Do window. From the 10 productivity principles, 5 of them were carefully selected and integrated into the app as tools that can be used. A learning by doing approach. This way, users can learn and test these productivity methods and find out which ones work for them. Different icon options can be seen in the Add to Do window, so they can see from one place all of the options available for them when adding a task to the app. If the user wants to add something, the selected task will pop up in a new window, making only this choice visible. This design technique was used to encourage the user to do one thing at a time and focus on what they are doing at that given moment. The third part of the app consists on the calendar and adding a task using the productivity principle time boxing. The yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily views can be seen on the calendar. On the daily view, the time box element can be seen on the top right part of the screen. When the user selects it, a block on the calendar appears and the user can add a task previously selected as a time boxing principle. They can use this block, adjusting the size to the desired time duration. The idea of using the time box is to add a task visually. This can help users to start adding tasks even if they don't know how long the task will take to complete, by making a big block for the most important things and a smaller block for the less important things. They can also visualize all the tasks they are going to be working on in a different way. One of the goals of this principle is to help ADHD users with time blindness. When they cannot get a feel of how long 3 hours look like and how long other tasks will take to complete, the app provides a different way to add their to-dos, where they can visualize on their calendar all of the to-dos they have to do and how much free time they have, all visually. Part 4, and the last part of the app's prototype, is about the 10 productivity principles. Here, users will find information about the principles and tips on how to use them. The idea is that the user must get to know the principles first by reading or listening to the audio provided. Once the user has finished learning one of the principles, the next one will unlock, and they will be able to learn it and then use it in the Add to Do window. For this reason, the order must still be rearranged for the next version of the app. An introduction to time management was added, with a story of how the Mayan civilization in Guatemala invented the calendar and used pyramids as landmarks to see which time of the year it was, using the position of the sun. By knowing what time of the year it was, the Mayans were able to start preparing for rituals and harvests. This story inspired the name of the app, Maakan, and the logo as well. Maakan means make, and kan means calendar in Mayan language. And the logo is the Nahual Ajpu, which means energy and symbolizes life force. Ajpus are the spiritual warriors and conquerors of negative energies. The moral of the story is that when we can visualize our tasks and our time, only then we can start to manage it.